tonight's training, and we do that based on who has commented in the chat box. So if you stay engaged, you have more comments, we randomly select somebody. So the more you say yes, obviously, the more chances will land on you. Yes, that's the chat, Andrea. So yeah, everybody's into building their personal brand. And here's the thing, Instagram is all about building your personal brand. But Adrian and I've got something like mega, like just, you're gonna absolutely love it, because what we're gonna show you how to do is leverage massive amounts of traffic, generate revenue, and build your brand all at the same time. Other people are not doing it right now. And in a way that's foolproof, because, I mean, I guess it's not 100% foolproof, but require you to go figure out all these Facebook ads and YouTube ads and all this other kind of stuff. That the difficult techie stuff is not required. So I think it's going to be awesome. Adrian's going to kick the training off. I come in kind of at the middle to teach my part. So it's the first time we've tag teamed something like this and taught basically with each other. So I will speak and not stop, because I love what I do and I love to teach. So I'm going to shut my mouth. I'm going to hand it over to Adrian. Adrian, I'm going to let you get started, and let's teach these guys how to crush it on Instagram and build their brands.
For sure. I am stoked to be here. Mark, thanks so much for having me. Appreciate the introduction, dude. We absolutely love you and you're brilliant. Excited to be here to show your community how we're crushing it with Instagram and how we've built our own brands. Like, we have exploded our own brands with Instagram in the last year, expected. And even again, if you don't have an IG, you're going to see how this can force go in the so like Mark done over 100 million in sales. That's me getting the $50 million award at ClickFunnels. I don't know why this slide has some of the stuff going off, but just so y'all know, a little bit aside from the fact that I've had a lot of success and I've made a lot of money doing online marketing, I usually tell people I succeed from my graduating class back when I was younger. I'm talking about like straight Fs, all I did was play. And I even failed a grade. I think my parents paid the school to pass me for to convey that to everyone. If I am having success to show you how to do, I truly believe that because this isn't about book smarts or intellect, it's about mentorship, right? And having the proper blueprint. And so I went from 15 cents an hour working at a car wash on the side of a highway to teaching hundreds of thousands old about success. And it's been an amazing experience. And I'm excited to be here, accumulated over the last decade that's taken to a pretty successful entrepreneur. And this next slide here.
Yep. Actually, I've been doing this for just a little bit longer than Adrian, not too much longer. Done over $150 million, $250 million in sales. And I think that, you know, one of the things that I always like to share with people, you know, if you're getting to know me and you're like, hey, you know, do I want this guy to teach me? Do I believe what he's saying? Do I believe I can do the things that he's doing? You know, give you like, yeah, the $150 million is great, right? A couple hundred million, whatever. I've done it in so many different niches. But the real thing that inspired me was my dad lost his life savings in the stock market. And I know that a lot of people are actually dealing with that right now, you know, just as we would have never thought we'd be back here. But my dad lost over $1 million in 24 hours in the stock market, 60s. It caused him to be facing bankruptcy, my parents to almost lose their home, not be able to pay for Adrian's college education. And I was going to medical school. I wanted to be a doctor. So I had no desires, 15 years ago. And I started on to literally pay my parents' mortgage. That was the goal. And from that, it just exploded. I went from $5,000 to $15,000 to $30,000 to $40,000 to $80,000 to $200,000 to $300,000 a month. Just the ball got rolling. I call it momentum, and it just went crazy. And when I saw how successful I was, I started teaching other people. Taught my college roommate, He made over $1 million before he graduated college, which was insane. Then Adrian came home. He saw what I was doing, and he's like, dude, I want to learn. I taught him. He made over $1 million. And I'm like, man, I'm making people millions of dollars just left and right, and I didn't even know how I was doing it, you know? And that was 15 years ago. Obviously, I teach way better than I did then. And I just saw that so many people's lives were changing, and so many people were just like exploding on the scene, having massive success. And that's what pushed me and drove me into teaching. It's why I have 250,000 students across the country. I have literally got millions of people that we've reached with our education. And, you know, I'm excited to be here to be able to share, you know, what we're doing right now with you, because the internet, just like life, it's ever changing, it's evolving. And right now there's just an awesome opportunity to crush it and build your brand and generate a lot of traffic and revenue on Instagram. I'm excited to be here to share with you how to do it.
Without a doubt. So as we start this webinar off, I like to start all webinars off, as well as Anthony, by making you a promise. And that is, if you sit here on this webinar and you consume this information, you will be, at the end of this, a complete believer in Instagram and the virality that you can achieve with our strategy overnight, even if you have zero experience, even if you feel that Instagram is saturated, which it's not. If you use our strategy here, you're going to come out of this completely mind blown. And we're also going to give away $100 at the end of the webinar. That's just something we always do. So if you stay on to the end of the webinar, a random person's going to win $100. Go ahead and type in 100 if you would like to be that $100 winner, because the more engaged you are on this webinar, the more that you answer our questions as we ask them to you, the more likely you are to win $100, a free education and a free giveaway. Dee Dee, I do see that. You are in the right box. All right, so on this webinar, we're going to show you a couple of strategies and case studies. First off, I'm going to personally show you a single strategy that I'm using on Instagram daily to achieve 2.5K sales. So $2,500 sales all day, every day. You can see my sales right there in our sales CRM popping in. And this is a strategy we use on Instagram. Obviously, we market other places too, but we can sell high ticket items and low ticket items. But I'm also not here to tell you that this is a magic trick that you can press one button on Instagram and make a bunch of money. This is for people that are serious. The strategy that we're going to show you is something you actually have to implement. Even though it's automated, even though it's scalable, you have to implement this strategy. And you have to be ready to invest in yourself, right? You have to be ready to invest in your business. And obviously, currently, if you're not satisfied with where your business is, this is for you, because it's going to help you either A, get started from zero, or B, scale your business to new heights. The other question is, who is this for? Like, the strategy on Instagram, is it applicable to my business or what business? So this is something that we've done with Instagram. This is something that we've done with e-commerce on Instagram, that we've done with digital businesses, affiliate marketing, brand building. If you just literally just want to build a brand around yourself or your business, this is exactly what you need. And so we have stats from our e-commerce stores, from our digital businesses, our personal brands, right? Real quick, how many of you in here have absolutely nothing at all, like no product at all to use to generate sales? Type in number one if you have no product at all that you can profit from right now. Okay, so Pedro, Yusuf, Vincent, HJ, Chris, wow, Amber, George. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you also, if you don't have anything to sell, we're going to show you a built-in profit center that doesn't require a website, doesn't require that you have your own product, and something that could generate you thousands of dollars a week passively. Type in money signs if that's something that you are interested in. So even if you're in none of these other areas, we're going to show you how you can profit from Instagram without a fancy funnel or website. Wow, y'all are a very active group. Y'all either love this already or...
By product, you mean product or service. So I saw a lot of people asking, like, this will work for product or service. So we're just letting you know that. Yeah,
product or service, right? All right, so here's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn a secret traffic phenomena that anyone can tap into. And I mean anybody, beginners and advanced marketers. You're going to see how me and Anthony are implementing this traffic phenomena to generate 2 to 5K sales daily. And you're going to see the exact duplicatable system that we're using. And this system generates hyper profitable traffic and massive followings to our Instagram account. So we get to do two things. We get to get followers, but we get to turn those followers into cash, right? So you want the followers and you want the profit. And we're going to give you a chance to partner with us at the end of this webinar as well on this traffic system. This has been key to our multi 7 and 8 plus 9 figure empire. A couple of things you need to know about traffic. It needs to be predictable, right? So you can see inside of our sales CRM right here. So this is traffic, very recent traffic up until just a couple of days ago. $20,000 a day is like the average, right? So it's not an up and then a down. How many of you in here want sustainable, predictable income and from your traffic source? Go ahead and just type in me. Just say me in the chat box. I'm going to make y'all say a lot of stuff. We want to show you, we want to prove to you that you can get guaranteed traffic without paying per click, without paying to be seen. This is our secret weapon. It works immediately, and it doesn't require, like we said, a fancy website or fancy ads or anything like that. So we like to show you proof, and we're going to show you a fully automated case study of how we built this business. And we're going to start out by showing you proof that we make money from Instagram. That's not just a screenshot of just money that we've made elsewhere. This is Instagram generated profits right here. So Anthony and I both have different products and services that we sell. So this is something that we just implemented about 2 weeks ago, like a new strategy we implemented. And at the top, Anthony was able to generate $11,564 in profit. You can see the traffic source is Instagram, and you got just about 1,000 new leads. Anthony, tell them a little bit about the sales and the strategy that you use there.
Yeah, so I mean, what we're doing is we're using Instagram to build our email list. How many of you know that email lists are powerful and email lists are definitely profitable? Just say yes. I mean, obviously you can drive traffic anywhere. YouTube, you can drive it to your podcast, you can drive it anywhere. But once you get somebody on your email list, like you own that lead, right? That subscriber, you can now email them. All of you are on this webinar right now because of an email, right? Because of an email and some of the Instagram marketing that Mark did on Instagram, right? So these two work hand in hand. What I did was I bring those subscribers off of Instagram. I build up a list. That's where you see the leads, 989 leads. And if you look, I did $11,564 in sales. But here's the really, really powerful part. Does everybody see the average lead value over there is $11.69? Can everybody see that? That is a huge lead value, average lead value for understand the product that we were selling. The initial product is like only $7, right? So what we've been able to do is generate massive amounts of revenue from the leads that we generate off of Instagram. And it's because they know you, like you, trust you, and they see you, right? They communicate with you. So really, really highly targeted leads, very, very high value leads. And as you can see from Adrian's, which he can talk about, you can also create a lot of passive income from this.
Right. So my strategy with the strategy I implemented with this specifically was a strategy where my goal was to get them into recurring subscription, right? So the leads I generate from Instagram, I wanted to be able to rebill them monthly for a product or service. And so on the front end, in less than 2 weeks, I made $7,900 free traffic. I did not pay for this traffic, very important. And now that traffic is going to amount to $1,500 in rebills every month, and it's building every day. So legitimately, this will be a $30,000 to $40,000 per month income as I scale this up over time. And it's absolutely crazy. So we like to show you these types of strategies and just how valuable Instagram can and will be for your business. We're also going to show you undeniable student results because we all know Anthony and I have been around for a long time. We're expert marketers, so we're good at making money online. So you need to see real student results. So we're going to show you undeniable proof from students that got guaranteed results. You're going to see the exact traffic source that they use, and you're going to see that it takes less than 25 minutes to implement this, and it's all going to be on a live case study. And also, we're going to prove to you that success is no longer a game of chance, because let's face it, entrepreneurship oftentimes is like rolling the dice. It legitimately is like rolling the dice, and you never know what's going to happen. You're never guaranteed anything. As a matter of fact, a lot of you have probably bought programs before that left you wondering, how do you get traffic without always having to pay for ads, right? And split test Facebook ads, do YouTube videos. How many of you in here have lost money promoting products or services or using ads before. Just go ahead and type in a 2 in the chat box if that's you. I see a lot of people have bought programs, tried to buy traffic, and lost money, right? You've been confused, right? But you're wondering why you're seeing all of these other people succeed and you're kind of left struggling. I think this is going to solve it for you because, like I said, this is no longer like going to a casino, rolling the dice and hoping that you make money. This is something that has eliminated all of those obstacles. It's something that's eliminated pay-per-click ads. You don't need those. There's no more searching for influencers and trying to work out a deal with an influencer and hope that they'll promote you. You don't have to do that. But what you can do is you can create immediate traffic that can turn into income. And we're going to show you that with our strategy. And I can promise you this, it is very different than anything that you have ever seen before. So I want you to forget Facebook AdWords and YouTube, all right? Even forget traditional Instagram influencers. What we're going to talk about is overcoming the #1 obstacle that any product, business, or service has. If you don't have traffic, that means you don't have sales. That means you don't have profits. And that means that, well, no matter how great your product or service is, you're going to fail if you can't get traffic. It's that one make or break factor in any business. So let's dive into some of the traffic and different traffic sources that are out there. Getting a product or service, choosing a niche, all of that is pretty dang easy these days, right? But traffic, we all know that's the key. And there's still people out there, believe it or not, that say if you build an Instagram account, you'll gain followers if you use hashtags. You build a website, people will come. No, that is total BS. And if you want to get traffic, oftentimes it can be a really big risk. If you do it wrong, you can lose thousands of dollars, which many of you just said that you've already done, or you can lose hundreds of hours of your life. So let's talk about the 2 kinds of traffic that's out there. These are the 2 types of traffic that the gurus talk about. There's free traffic with SEO, search engine optimization, posting on forums, posting on Instagram, using a bunch of hashtags, competing with millions of other people using the exact same hashtags as you. Then there's paid traffic, AdWords, Facebook, YouTube, paying influencers to shout you out and promote your brand or service in the normal influencer shout out way. So those are the 2 different types. And I guess you could say the biggest ways to generate traffic within each type. So free traffic, really great in theory, but it's like that game of Jenga over there. It is very unstable and you can't predict it. And if you touch one thing the wrong way, your business can absolutely just fall apart. You have to write content. You got to make posts. You have to spend a lot of time for a pipe dream. You have to spend hours researching the appropriate hashtags on Instagram and compete against millions of people. It could take days, if not months, if not years, actually, to see any results. And more importantly, you don't own the traffic. You have no control over free traffic. You risk your #1 asset, and that is your time, for 0 guarantees. Then you've got paid traffic, which is very misunderstood, okay? And I'm not bashing these traffic sources. I make bank on Facebook ads. I've made ridiculous amounts of money with Google, and so has Anthony. And Anthony absolutely destroys it on YouTube, right? And we're still focused on Instagram. Here is why. Facebook, while it's a massive traffic source, it's highly unpredictable and can be extremely expensive. And you're not even paying per click. When you put a Facebook ad out, you're paying to be seen, right? And if nobody clicks your ad, it doesn't matter. Look over there on the right-hand side. That's our account just from yesterday. Every couple of hours, Facebook is charging us $900 all day like clockwork for ads. We spend a lot of money on ads. Google is very high quality traffic, but very, very competitive, very expensive. So you gotta have a big budget. YouTube is amazing if you crack the code to filming viral videos. As good as a marketer as I believe I am, I haven't cracked the YouTube code yet. Anthony's killing it on YouTube with the videos he's filmed. You have to churn and burn videos every single day on YouTube to figure out what works the best. The secret, though, to traffic that we found, and you should write this down, you need to own and control the traffic. Pay for the traffic once, then never pay for it again, so you can continue to profit daily. You don't need to get in that cycle of spend money to make money, spend money to make money. Spend money once, but then continue to make money over and over and over again without spending any more money. That's the real key to long-term profits. So with those paid traffic avenues that we just looked at, none of them are reliable or sustainable. They're all time-consuming and require a lot of testing. They're pricey. There's no guarantee. You deal with Google slaps, Facebook ad bans. I mean, this is actually embarrassing. But if you look to the far right, we've had like 30 accounts on Facebook get banned for no reason. No reason at all. You want to know what Facebook said when we asked them why they banned them? They don't know. They don't know. They have no clue. They cannot give us a reason because we're not doing anything wrong. It's just not something that you really want to rely on. There's tons of restrictions and there's no written rules. How many of you in here have dealt with that before? You've dealt with a Facebook account or ad getting disapproved that you know for a fact wasn't doing anything wrong. Daniel, Joy, Angela, Alma. So you don't want to put your business in that position. So our secret solution allows you to forget everything about traditional traffic. No copywriting skills, no big ad budget, no Facebook ad images and split testing, no churn and burn YouTube videos, and forget about having to post daily content. This is different because it is unlike anything you've ever seen before. Legitimately, this is going to blow your mind when we reveal it in just a minute because, again, I want to stress this, it eliminates all of those obstacles and it eliminates that game of chance that all other entrepreneurs are playing. What we're talking about, and write this down, please, because this is very important. We're talking about instant influenced traffic that is reusable again and again. So we're getting instant traffic, influenced traffic, which means it's high converting, and it's reusable traffic. And we can sell any type of product or service and use it to build any type of brand, and anybody in the world can do this. Now, here we go. This model is a completely proven model, and it's called the Oprah effect. How many of you in here have heard of the Oprah effect before? Type in a 10 if you've heard of the Oprah effect before. So the Oprah effect is a psychological phenomena where a product is not necessarily endorsed, but it's just simply talked about by someone of massive influence. And it results in colossal amounts of success. If you Google the Oprah effect, it says that it refers to the colossal commercial influence of the power of Oprah on a product's commercial future, right? So we're actually getting the Oprah effect, but we're not, this does not involve Oprah. We're not getting on her talk show, but we're using that same model of influence. And for the people that are ADD like me, the emojis actually say it all. When people see a celebrity or a big influencer that they idolize and that they follow, they're starstruck. And that is why celebrities are paid boatloads of money to wear brands and to wear products or push services, because consumers literally spit out their money to be like and intimidate celebrities. The right-hand side dictates something very important. It's that Instagram is not about likes. It's not about just getting likes on your photos. You got to turn the likes into money. So we're going to show you how to get that star power Oprah effect. And we're going to show you how to get the followers and turn the followers into money. And I have a scientific little system here that some university did that I want to use to prove this to you, okay? So with the Oprah effect, there's 4 different hypotheses here. All right, the first, and I would screenshot this. Do yourself a favor right now and take a screenshot of this slide because it's very important. All right, so number 1, consumers often imitate their favorite celebrities or influencers. So it stands to reason that an influencer pushing you or your brand or your service is a big deal. Number 2, celebrity and influencer credibility has a wildly positive impact on what's called ad recall. So if I put a Facebook ad on the internet and somebody sees it today and I interrupt them and you ask them 3 weeks from now if they remember this ad from Adrian Morrison, they're going to say, who the heck is Adrian Morrison? Who is Anthony Morrison? But if a celebrity makes a post that I'm involved in, Anthony's involved in, Mark's involved in, and you ask them 3 weeks later if they remember us, they're highly more likely to remember who we are because celebrities have that much impact. Number 3 is the fit between influencer and product has a positive effect on willingness to buy, and credibility has a positive impact on consumers' purchase intention, right? So these are 4 main things that we want to look at when using influencers and celebrities to build our brands. Now, with this, I want to ask you a question. What would happen for your business, for your brand, for your service, if you had a mega celebrity or a mega influencer reward their followers to follow you and to discover your brand, your product, or your service. How many of you in here believe that you could benefit from millions of influenced eyeballs from celebrities and influencers in your niche, your product, your service? Just go ahead and type in money signs if you feel like that would be huge for you. As a matter of fact, type in money amounts. How much money would it be worth to you to have a huge celebrity or influencer push their followers to you in an influenced manner? I see $1 million, 500 grand, $10,000. Wow, $100 million. Yeah, I guess, yeah, if it's Oprah Winfrey. Okay, wow, y'all got some big numbers. Someone said £1. All right, well, that's cool. I don't know what celebrity you're talking about, but there are some celebrities that they're, might not be worth £1. All right. Well, what if it was Kylie Jenner or Kim Kardashian? Two of the biggest names on planet Earth. This is our secret, is big influencers, big celebrities, and even though they have a bunch of followers that might not necessarily correlate with our exact service, that presence of being involved and connected to them explodes our brands in a positive manner. I'm going to show you exactly how we got Kylie and Kim and massive influencers to promote me and Anthony and various others without paying them a bunch of money. Kylie Jenner and Kim cost $1 million to get a shout out from. If you were to go to their team, say, I want a shout out for my brand, they would say, yeah, that's going to be 1.2 million bucks. How many of you in here would be willing to pay? I'm just going to pull this out of nowhere, but how many of you in here would be willing to pay $15,000 to have Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner post about you and your brand and tell their 160 million followers to follow you right now? How many of you in here would be willing to pay 15K for that? Just type in 15K. It's not 15 grand, but I'm just curious. All right, so I see tons of 15Ks, right? All right, so don't worry, that's not what it costs, but I just want to get an idea. Anyways, moving forward. How do you know that someone's actually worth it? How do you know the juice is worth the squeeze? Social Blade is a free tool. Check it out if you don't already know what it is. You can put in any celebrity, any influencer, and you can see a grade on how good their engagement is, if their followers are real, how often they're getting new followers. It's a great tool for doing some research on influencers, but it's not something that you're necessarily going to need for this, but I love to recommend it. So we're going to show you 5 steps. Step number 1 is launch an Instagram account if you don't already have one, okay? Or launch more Instagram accounts under different niches for different businesses. Step 2, gain overnight influence from big influencers and celebs. Step 3, profit fast with me and Anthony's surefire Instagram blueprint. And then retarget, ad recall, right? Your audiences to increase conversions. Step 5, rinse, repeat, scale. That's exactly what we do. We legitimately launch Instagram pages with 0 posts and make them go viral. So we're not sitting around all day posting pictures. We implement a unique method that immediately positions our brand as an authority in our field. You need to be an authority in your field, right? Traffic floods in, and then we use Instagram's profit tools to create instant buyers. And this traffic is reusable traffic. You don't have to continue to pay for this traffic, and it's consistent and predictable, and you can get it guaranteed in less than 24 hours. You can go from 0 to hero from your brand. It's absolutely incredible. So it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to get set up. Most of y'all already have Instagrams anyway, so I don't mean to preach at you about the simple stuff, but some people don't. All right, this method's guaranteed to flood traffic with laser targeted followers. Not expensive, not tricky and unpredictable like paid ads, and you don't have to deal with restrictions and disapprovals and ad bans. These are some of the pages that we've built up. There's Anthony's page. If you looked at his page a little over a year ago, he had like 3,000 followers. It was embarrassing. And Anthony's been on national television. He sold over 1 million books and he's got 3,000 followers. That's stupid, right? But Instagram followers are hard to get without the strategy. Now he's sitting pretty at 181,000 followers because of a conversation that him and I had. We'll talk about that later. Cash flow. Not every brand wants to be represented with their face. So we created another brand called Cash Flow where we can promote entrepreneurialistic type things, and it doesn't involve our face. It doesn't involve our names. We've got literally 6 posts and have 45,000 followers. And then Rings is an e-commerce business that we run we do e-com and we sell jewelry. We got rings at 117,000 followers. This is for any type of page, even if it's not your face for your brand. Now let's talk about profit tools, okay? What is the anatomy of actually making money with Instagram? And real quick, how many of y'all enjoy this so far? How many of you feel like you're learning and you're excited? Go ahead and type at me in the chat box. Remember, the more engaged you are, probably the more excited Anthony and I are going to get and the more epic stuff that we'll teach. But more likely you are to win some money. I see lots of me's. Okay, so there's two types of tools. There's traffic tools, there's profit tools. The traffic tools that we use are newsfeed posts, Instagram stories, and post comments, all right? So newsfeed post, every time you make a post on your newsfeed, you generate viral free traffic. Every time you do an Instagram story, you get boatloads of views, especially if you have a big following. And posting comments, like replying to comments, also drives traffic. The profit tools are having your link in your bio. So you see where it says adrianmorrison.com right there? Legitimately, I make money every day by having a link in my bio. And I build a huge email list, and so does Anthony, just by having our link in the bio. And we're actually going to show you a software later on that will automate this for you and build a list for you from your bio. Stories, all right? The swipe up feature. How many of you in here have watched Instagram stories before and seen bigger influencers saying swipe up and go check out this page right now? Just say me. All right. So here's the thing. Unless you have 10,000 followers, write this down. Unless you have 10,000 followers, you cannot use Instagram's most coveted feature, and that is the story swipe up feature. So write down, I need minimum 10,000 followers to use Instagram's most profitable tool. All right. We're going to show you how to get it overnight. We can unlock it literally in 24 hours.
And just to point out, Adrian, because a lot of people on here said, hey, I want to get traffic to, I want to get traffic to my podcast, or I want to get traffic to my sales page, or I want to get traffic to this, or I want to get, how many of you have a page, a blog, a podcast, a YouTube video, something that you want to get traffic to? Just say yes. If that's you, okay. E-commerce, doesn't matter. Okay. The swipe up feature is, and the stories are where you're going to get most of your traffic, okay, from Instagram. So you can get a good bit of traffic off of the link in the bio, right? But where you really get the most traffic, okay, is going to come from your stories. And you can make people swipe up, and that's just the same thing as getting a click on one of your ads. So this is really, really a powerful feature. You all need this feature in order to really maximize Instagram and profit from it. All right, you can keep going.
1,000%. And speaking of the swipe up feature, I'm going to show you a case study of how I use the Instagram swipe up feature to generate $2,000 sales. So this is a 4-step process here. Step number 1 is you want to gain influence, right? You need credibility. You need to be edified by an influencer or even a celebrity and get their traffic, right, to your page. So what I did is I got on the Wolf of Wall Street's podcast, Jordan Belfort, and he promoted that to all of his followers, right? That edified me to his audience. And then the first thing I did once I had followers coming in from the Wolf of Wall Street is I posted a story, and I asked people if they would like to get one of my trainings that I taught e-commerce, because that's what him and I were talking about on his podcast. And I'm going to show you what that story looked like right here.
You're sick of trying.
So this story is just me standing up saying, check out a free training. And if you want to learn how to do e-commerce, people see this, they swipe up. Remember, you have to have 10,000 followers to make this work. And when they swipe up, it's going to take them from my video to my landing page where they can register for my offer. And if they get on that auto webinar, they can buy my course for $2,500. And you can see how it works right there. Now, I made that post. Step number 3 is follow up. So a student or a Instagram follower messaged me and said, Adrian, I just joined your ESA course. Thanks for the inspiration. Now, I want to know where my money's being made. So I said, welcome to the fam. Did you join through Instagram or through Facebook ads? And he said, from your Instagram swipe up ad. Type in yes if you see that, because it's imperative that you see that when we say we're making money here, right, that we really are practicing what we're teaching. And you can see over there the $2,495 sale. So every day I'll post a story and I'll tell people to swipe up. And every day that'll generate an immense amount of traffic, influence traffic to whatever it is that I'm selling, right? Product, service, webpage, podcast, YouTube channel, doesn't matter what it is. And then you implement this, rinse and repeat every day. And this is what propped up my brand to multiple six figures a month. That's inside of our sales CRM. Now, the second way that we make money, the second profit tool that we use is called the DMs, right? So direct messages can be very profitable. And for Anthony, it all goes down in the DMs, as they say.
It all goes down in the DMs. It's just a different type of going down in the DMs. I've been married forever and with my wife for 10 years. So there's not a whole lot of exciting stuff going down in the DMs that you might have heard in some of these songs. A lot of you are laughing about that. But how many of you would like to make money in the DMs? Maybe you're not trying to find, a partner in life, but in some way, but you want to make money in the DMs. Me too. So here's the way I see this, okay? First of all, I did the same thing. I went on the Wolf of Wall Street's podcast, okay? And I generated a lot of new followers. When I got those new followers, I posted a story. You can see the story right there. It says, if you'd like to learn how to build your own digital course and scale it to over 6 figures a month, I can help. It works, and I can show you how it's done. Then my next story, as you can see when the story kind of plays on through right here, the next says who it's for. So I tell people who I'm willing to teach this to, right? People who want to have courses or have good ideas. And then the third thing says, if that's you and you want my help, shoot me a DM right now and I'll personally respond, okay? Now here's the cool part. If you look over in step 3, does everybody see where my DMs are popping off? And do you see where this guy at the very bottom, he says, if I join the course now, would the mastermind still be available in the future? Because we have a course and a mastermind, right? Okay, so everybody can see that. But do you see how I never texted this guy? There's no text from me. Does everybody see that? All you see is his text. What I've done is mastered using the audio feature on direct messages, which means I can be anywhere doing anything. I just grab my phone and I'm like, hey, what's up? Yeah, it's Anthony. Listen, and I start talking and I sell my products in the DMs, whether it's coaching product, a mastermind, a digital product, a service that we're offering. You can sell it in DMs. And here's the thing. Yes, Catherine, it's a time saver. But let me ask you something. How many of you feel like that is way more personal than a message in an email or a message even typed back? Yes? Okay? Way more personal. We talk on the telephone to people who we know, people who we like, and people who we trust. And all of this is about building your brand. It's about making people remember you. It's about making people want to be a part of your tribe, a part of what you're doing, have your product, right? I've got a script that I use for this that we're going to give you guys today and show you how to close in the DMs. You can see where the arrow is now. This dude is logged in. He said he purchased it. And you can see over on the side where these are a $5,000 package. And we make these sales all the time in our DMs. So we're making $5,000 sales. I want to get very clear messaging with you. No website, no funnel, no sales video, no nothing. Just direct messages and some audio from me. And I'm making $5,000 a pop. So if you've got a product or you've got a service, and if you don't have either one, we're actually going to give you one today that's probably the best seller, the best thing you could even sell using this theory and this technique, but it absolutely crushes. So I can guarantee you every single person on here will have something that you can sell in your DMs and your direct messages when we get finished with this. But nevertheless, this direct message, like the ability to do this, is so amazing when you connect with people. They know you, like you, trust you, and they feel like they're a part of what you're doing on a higher level. And that is what causes people to elevate your brand in their minds, and then of course take a massive action when you ask them to do it. So this is one of the funnels that I'll be talking about, one of the strategies I'll be talking about, and I think it's really, really awesome.
By the way, how many of you in here would like the exact plug and play script that Anthony uses to sell anything, any service through DMs that you legitimately could plug into your business? Type in money signs right now if you feel like that would be valuable to your business. He taught it to me on the airplane before we took off. he was like, Adrian, I was like, Anthony, get off the phone. The stewardess is going to get mad at us. And he was like, oh, let me close this sale real quick. And I listened to exactly what he said and used it in one of my businesses that's completely different and started crushing it. I see lots of money signs coming in. Last thing I'll say about this, because we need to move on, is you notice that I used my face to generate a sale in stories. Anthony put some ugly black and white text on there and made $10,000. So you don't have to put your face in stories a lot of times because it's influence traffic that you're getting. So here's the problem though. Most everybody, from what I can see, that from the polls on this call, don't have a lot of followers, right? If you don't have followers, then you have zero credibility. If you have zero credibility, and we're talking about Instagram specifically, that means you have no influence. And if you have no influence, then you're not going to be generating sales. And all of you are not going to get on the Wolf of Wall Street's podcast or some big celeb's podcast. It's just not going to happen, right? So we have a solution to that, right? We have a solution to get you credibility, to get you influence, to get you followers so you can implement our strategies. And the solution is something called celebrity and influencer loops, okay? We're going to explain what that means in a second. But this is one that I participated in with Anthony, the one I convinced Anthony to do with Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner does not have the demographic of people that I'm looking for in my business, right? You think Kylie Jenner, you don't think young entrepreneurialistic people looking to build internet marketing businesses. You think about people that buy lipstick, but she became a millionaire from a billionaire from this stuff. So anyways, she did this big giveaway for $20,000 in cash plus all these handbags. And she said, I'm giving this away to my followers. All you have to do if you want to enter to win is just follow our 60 sponsors, right? So I didn't pay her $1 million to refer me. I paid a fraction of that. And so all 160 million of her followers clicked below, which took her to my profile and every other sponsor's profile, because we all came together to put this on. And it flooded my Instagram and Anthony's Instagram with views and followers like that. It was nuts because Kylie Jenner said to do it. So then I made a post on my Instagram profile to all these new followers coming in. And I said, I literally posted her picture. And I said, I'm proud to be a sponsor in this huge giveaway with Kylie Jenner. Here's what happened. At this time, I had like 30,000 followers, okay? Here's what happened. I had 36,000 people see that post and click on my profile. That's 36,000 people looking at me like that. 227,000 people saw the post. 25,000 likes, 10,000 comments on a single post. My profile went from pretty much dead to super viral because of this. So I was like, can I do it again? Or was this a one-off? I made the same exact post with the same picture again. Watch what happened. That one took me to 41,000 additional profile visits, an additional 250,000 people that saw it. Then again, 20,000 people, 176,000 people saw it. And I had about 70 to 80,000 people come visit my profile, click the link in my bio, look at my story and swipe up, see all the images that I've posted and post in the comments, right? And so it started generating massive amounts of traffic. And here's an exact case study of how I used her post and went viral. Here's a little screen recording that I did while it was happening. So this is Kylie Jenner's profile on the right. And she said, I'm excited to announce that one of my amazing 160 million followers will have the chance to win all 9 of these things plus some cash. But you have to follow these steps. Step number 1, go to this profile and follow every person that person's following. Now, this is limited to about 60 sponsors only, okay? And none of us paid anywhere near $1 million, not even 15 grand. So don't worry about that. Step 2, come back here and tell me who you'd share it with. As soon as she made this post, I want you to watch what happened. People clicked it, went to the profile. There I am at the top. You can see all the other people using the strategy, big brands, digital, e-commerce, comedians, models. There's Anthony, and they follow all of us, right? Now, once we did this, our following absolutely exploded. And that's when I started getting an immense amount of traffic that I profited from handsomely. And I made this post right here. So this is a post I made on my profile. If I was you, I would screen capture this right now because Anthony and I both spent close to $50,000 using the strategy before we figured out this right here, which exploded our posts in virality. So I said to all my new followers coming in from this big giveaway, I want to do something special for you. So I'm doing a giveaway too. It's not 20K like Kylie's, but I'm doing a giveaway. Step number 1, the first 5 people who can spell Kylie in the comments, one letter at a time, successfully in a row, will win $100. The next 5 people who comment and tag 3 of their friends, that makes my post go more viral, will get $100. And lastly, one person that goes and follows these other 2 profiles that I own will win $250. So this is how I piggyback and build up other Instagram pages that we own without having to enter them in the loop. So we don't have to, pay more money to be in the loop. My little sister, Britton V, she's an artist. From this one post on step 3, we were able to send her 10,000 additional followers and get her $7,000 of sales in her artwork that she was selling, which she had never even sold a piece before, because Kylie Jenner sent them to me and I had influence and sent them to her. And this made our post go viral. So you could see in 2 minutes, we had 638 comments, but look at this. As I'm refreshing here, now we're at, in less than 2 minutes, we're at, what is it, in this video here, 715 comments. And as you can see, 761, 800 within a couple of minutes. We're at 900 comments. And then I went to my notifications. Look at these notifications right here. This is absolutely crazy. Watch this. Every time I refresh, new comments, new followers, new likes coming in. The post is just freaking blazing. How many of you in here could see this being truly and immensely valuable for your brand on Instagram? I want you to type in me right now. Can you imagine opening up your Instagram and seeing tens of thousands of likes and comments and shares happening on your post with your face, with your brand of influenced followers? It's incredible, right? And immediately, when you do one of these loops, and by the way, they're not all with Kylie Jenner. Some of them are with smaller influencers, bigger celebrities from the US, from international countries. They're all different, right? But you can immediately unlock the most coveted feature of Instagram overnight. It's so easy to get 10,000 followers overnight with this strategy. So you get the swipe up feature to generate thousands of clicks to your store, to your business, to your brand. You immediately yourself become a micro influencer, as we call them. And you have all of these additional profit tools. So here's one of the stories I did during the Kylie Jenner promo. I got 39,000 views on my story in less than 24 hours. That's 39,000 influenced clicks, pretty much. This is high converting traffic. It's massive, it's instant, and it's free traffic because I now own that traffic and I can use it every single day to generate sales. And I asked them if they'd like to take my course on e-com. 80% of them said yes. And then I used the strategy to build up various pages. These are other pages in travel and jewelry and stuff like that me and Anthony run. When you have a big following on Instagram for your brand, you can start reaching out to big celebrities that aren't doing loops and get their attention. Like my buddy here got over 100 celebrities to respond to him and was able to do deals with many of them, because when they see that you have more followers than them, that gets their attention. And not every celeb has a bunch of followers. Anthony has 1 million people that follow him through email, and he only had 3,000 Instagram followers. So when you have a bunch of followers, you get more attention. How many of you in here agree with me in that? Just say agree if you agree with me in this. I mean, it's huge, right? So these influencers, after the fact, you can do deals with, get them to endorse your brand, promote your brand. 70% of the people on Instagram, the 1 billion active users, say that they go there to discover products, services, and brands. So we know that people on Instagram want to consume our products and services. They're looking for you, right? They just don't know where you are unless you force yourself in front of their face. And if you're talking about paid traffic, this just blows paid traffic out of the water. Anthony's going to show you how this free traffic after you do the loop compares to paid traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to bring a couple of things full circle. First of all, a lot of you are like, well, how can I get into a Kylie Jenner loop or a celebrity loop or an influencer loop? We're going to show you how that's done, because there's a very specific technique to get it, and to get it the right way, right? How do we even get that first celebrity? I'm going to show you how you can do it. And I'm going to show you how you can go from nothing to a massive influence on YouTube. And how many are on Instagram? How many of you use Instagram? Like, let's just say that you're interested in following somebody like Mark, right? Like as a mentor, or let's just say you're looking for somebody that's going to teach you how to do a specific skill or provide a different service, or even local businesses. How many of you look up their Instagram and you feel like you're influenced by how many followers they have? Yes? Okay. The normal, like regular, normal, everyday people don't realize that that you can get that 100,000. Like Laura says, that's the first thing I look at. Like you can make everyone believe that you are a much bigger deal than you really are. That makes sense, and then that gives you that leverage that now you can sell and you can create sales and revenue for your business and traffic because you now have that credibility. You now, nobody knows that you're not like the most amazing person in what you do. And I'm not saying that you're not, but when they look and they see that there's 1 million people, following you, this is a big deal. If you're an actor and you want more jobs, trust me, when those people come and look at your profile and see you have 500,000 followers, they think you're somebody important. Only if they're real followers, which we'll talk about in a minute. But how does this compare to paid traffic? Listen, you have to start thinking about your Instagram. Okay, a follower is just like a subscriber to your email list. I want everybody to think about that. Okay, write that down. Your followers on Instagram are just like your subscribers on your email list. They're yours, okay? But there's one specific thing on Instagram that gives it a little bit more leverage. Let's take a look at what it is. Okay, and this works so great for coaches and for anybody that's in these types of industries that are looking to make sales and build influence on Instagram. So look at this one post, okay? Look at the red circle at the very bottom. It says impressions, 63,498, okay? That means 63,498 times this post was shown to people. Now let's look at the average cost of just 1,000 impressions on Facebook. It's about $15 per 1,000. So if you have a post like this one, they got 63,000 views or impressions, right? If you do the math and round down, that would be about $900 worth of free traffic if you were to pay for it on Facebook. Does that make sense to everybody right there? In other words, that amount of traffic would have cost us roughly $900 on Facebook. Everybody says yes. Okay, that's one post. Now do that post once every single day. Now look at how the math changes. Look at the bottom there where it says 7 posts per week, $6,300 in free traffic. Do that for a month. You're at $25,000 worth of free traffic if you do one single post per day and you have the following that this page has, which is it's not even that big. This is our rings page. This is a very small page, comparatively speaking anyway, to what you can get to. The amount of free traffic and visibility on your brand, unbelievable, okay? Now, I want you to look at the second red box there, which is the one in the middle. It says 47,359 accounts reached. That's the unique number of people that actually saw this ad, okay? Or saw this post. It's not an ad, it's a post. But I want you to look at something that's very key. Does everybody see right below that where it says 16% were not following you? Just say yes if you see that. Okay, here's the leverage that you get with Instagram that you don't get with an email list. Instagram wants to show people what they want to see. So what they do is they show your post to people that are not even following you, but that might be interested in what it is that you just made a post about. This allows you to reach even a bigger pool of people, gain even more followers and more brandability and more brand recognition across the internet without even having them actually be a follower of yours. So now you're getting free traffic even outside of the followers that you currently have. This and this alone is what makes this such a special opportunity for anyone who is looking for traffic, anyone who's looking to build their brand, and anyone who is looking to use the internet to make a sale. Because at the end of the day, when they're seeing you on Instagram, it's so personal. It's a lot like what we're doing right now. It's very personal, right? Plus, they're seeing these posts all the time. They're not interruption marketing like on Facebook where I'm scrolling through my newsfeed. You know, research shows that people get on Instagram with the intent to purchase. They are looking for brands. They are looking for something, okay, to latch onto. That's what we do. All Instagram is about a visual. Think about it. That's all it is. whether it's an inspiring quote that leads you through a funnel of self-development or for coaching or for health and fitness and wellness or whatever the case may be, travel, all this kind of stuff. That's what it's used for. Now, I see a lot of you telling me you've tried to get followers before. How many of you have tried to get followers before? Type number 1 in if that's you. I love when I do this. Okay, so almost everybody on this webinar is typing in the number 1, right? So let me ask you this. If you were following me, okay, if you were following me on Instagram and I made a story and I said, hey, check this out. If you'd like to get more Instagram followers and you'd like them guaranteed, swipe up and let's talk. I'll show you how it's done. How many of you probably would have swiped up and tried to figure out how you could get more followers from me? Just say yes, okay? I see tons of yeses. Here's the deal. What we're doing, okay, and what you're going to have access to now because you're on this webinar is we're giving you access to the people that create these loops. I want you to understand something. This doesn't mean that the spammers you see on Instagram talking about it. What I'm talking about is the people that create these loops. Very few people have access to them. They're the loop managers. They're the loop creators, okay? What we've done is we've built a private Facebook group just for our students, and we give you access to the top loop creators in the world. Like these are the best ones. This is how you get into the loops. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes if that makes sense, okay? So we're giving you access to those people. Now, here's the thing. Loops cost money. They're not free. And they cost anywhere from $100 to $200 to $400, and we'll show you the different, we'll show you examples of them, okay? So loops cost money. But here's the thing. There's only 60 to 70 slots in a loop. So what that means is, like, for instance, Kylie Jenner, when she did her loop, there were only 70 slots. How many of you think that there's probably way more money or way more people that want access to be in that loop than there are slots? Just say yes. Okay. All right. So how do you think that we got in there? We got in because we had access to the people to put us in. Okay. But you want to know something pretty astounding and pretty crazy? There were people that paid $40,000 to be a part of the Kylie Jenner loop. 40 grand. Pretty crazy. Now that's a deal compared to $1 million, right? But guess what Adrian and I paid to be in that? Anybody want to guess? Okay.